Welcome to Softcore History.
Welcome back to Softcore History. I'm your host for the week, Dan Regester, and I'm joined as always by Jake Goldman and Rob Fox. What's up, boys?
Hello. Going Broadway today.
We have full theater, Rob.
Yeah, every week is theater Rob, really. It's just a different character.
We're just like, do this, monkey. Dance and sing for us.
Yeah, Rob's actually really like super electric and all over the place. He brings it down to like a 2
For this.
on this.
Yeah.
He's very flamboyant
Yeah.
in everyday life.
I mean, I walk into here and I'm like, here I am. Let's start the show. We're talking about some Patreon hippos.
Yeah, Rob is like if Mr. G from Summer Heights High and the lead singer of the B-52s had a child.
Dude, there's only a couple impressions that I can do serviceably, and the B-52s guy is one of them. Love Shack Baby. Big as a Cadillac, driving a Cadillac, big as a whale. It's about to set sail.
God, I remember taking the bus when I was a kid, and I had an R2-D2 cassette tape player. And the first thing I remember grabbing out of my parents' music selection was
The B-52s.
the B-52s and listening to Love Shack on the bus.
Rock Lobster is my favorite B-52 song.
What was your childhood? That's the most random picture I've ever fucking heard painted. Are you kidding me? You're on the bus with a
R2-D2.
Star Wars cassette player in Philly listening to fucking the Love Shack
I feel
B-52s
like
track.
if anyone saw what you were listening to, you would have been beaten on that bus.
Probably.
Yeah.
What year was this?
This was like 4 weeks ago.
You're much younger than, like, you're like
This
6
is when
years
he was in
younger than
Philly.
me.
Yeah.
I know.
This was like 98?
I was like 7.
So it would have been 98. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
First off,
I can't explain it.
get a CD player.
That's just a memory I have locked in my brain.
That is deeply bizarre, but that's locked in my brain now. Like, that won't go away. The picture I have of you.
Right.
Did you even like it, or were you just like, what the fuck is this? But I guess I have to listen to it.
It's weird. A lot of kids just like left me alone.
Yeah.
I was by myself on the bus. Nobody really sat next to me.
Wait. School bus?
Ooh.
Oh, I was picturing city bus.
Yeah, me too. That's my fault.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
No. Delco. Suburbs.
Okay, yeah. See, I went to private school, so we didn't take the bus.
You
to
were the
school.
alone, quiet kid on the bus? You didn't have bus friends?
I didn't have friends.
Yeah, you know why? Because they're like, that freak's listening to the B-52s again. Let's stay the fuck away from it.
On repeat,
R2
yeah.
over there is
Yeah.
fucking love shacking it out.
That's where I developed an obsession of listening to the same song over and over again, which I do at the gym.
Do you really?
If I find like a new song and I really like it, I'll just play it over and over again for 3 hours.
I get that.
I normally have a run of like, I need these 6 songs to play first, at least, to get in the zone.
That's fair.
Get the adrenaline pumping.
Right.
For me, it's the Dear Evan Hansen soundtrack.
But a lot of times it's EDM songs, especially for the gym. So it
Kind of all blends.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
It's all the
EDM
same.
actually makes a lot of sense.
It's Dear Evan Hansen for me.
But as Rob mentioned, patreon.com/softcorehistory for an extra episode every week and daily blogs Monday through Friday by Rob. This week we did an episode on why we don't eat hippo meat now.
But should have.
We should
have done
we
it.
really
And
it
got
sounds
very
awesome.
close to doing.
It sounds incredible. I think you described it as venison with fat.
Marbled venison.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Everything I learned in the Patreon changes my worldview on what meat we should eat.
And how we just fumbled the meat bag.
Yeah.
It's the meatiest bag.
Well,
of
we
all,
also
really.
learned that hippos, average size hippo, produces 1,200 pounds of edible meat.
Which seems low to me, actually.
Yeah. Now
I would have
well,
thought higher. They're 2 tons.
We hungry. We hungry for
Well,
the
there's like-
Or I guess
hippos.
they're 1 ton,
There's
right?
bones and organs and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
You
not
put it
all
in a
meat.
soup.
I imagine it's skeletons.
yeah, I
thick.
mean, look, you could make a good hippo broth as well.
Hippo gizzards.
Hippo haggis. You just
Yeah,
fucking
hippo-
fill their stomach
Hippo
with.
tummy. Hippo liver.
There's just so much we could have done with hippo meat.
Yeah.
So go ahead and check that out, Softcore History, or patreon.com/softcorehistory, softcorehistory.com for merch. We'll just get this out of the way.
Please leave a review, by the way.
Yeah.
As well.
Please and thank you. 5 stars on Apple and Spotify.
Write a review on Apple if you can.
That'd
as
be
well.
great.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just get into today's episode. I'm actually excited for this.
Okay. I didn't really want to like talk to you guys very much anyway. Cool.
No, I don't care about your weekends.
No, certainly
It's
not.
not even addressed that I got a new tattoo. That's fine.
Oh, Dan, what happened to your arm?
That's crazy.
It's weird. Dan got, he was like, I'm getting a tattoo of the Hindenburg. And I was like, oh, that's cool, I guess. But then he showed up and it was only the Hindenburg's tail.
That one's not landing on me.
Oh, he got a swastika. He just got a swastika tattoo.
Gotcha,
I didn't. I'm not Edward Norton.
It's
American
Buddhist,
History
Yeah.
guys.
No. Yeah, it's
Rylist.
religion, Rylist.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Rialism tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also on the Patreon
Church of
from 2 weeks
Kanye.
ago. Yeah.
But no, today we're talking about Chinese warlord. And before we even get into this, I'm not going to, before I say his name, I'm going to mispronounce shit.
It's a nightmare.
It's China, man.
And
And I can't even speak English very well.
this drives me insane when people are like, well, they should learn, like, you know, like when an immigrant comes to America, lately it'd be like East Asian or South Asian or African. They'd be like, well, if they can learn, you know, Polish names and whatever, they can learn, you know, your Nigerian name or your Indian name. And it's like, no, we never learned Polish names.
No.
Take a list of Polish names up to a fucking white guy and see what he pronounces right.
What are you going to do with these Ks, buddy?
I mean,
It's
last
like a
night,
fucking strikeout board when
Right.
you look at a Polish last name.
last night we were watching the UFC, and obviously the main event was Jan Blachowicz, but it's spelled like Blachowicz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you have no prayer if you've never heard the name before.
No. None.
Chance.
The funniest one to me is there was a pitcher in the MLB. You might remember him, Dan, because he was around when the Phillies were good last time.
Mm-hmm.
I think he pitched for the Cardinals though, so I think he probably pitched against the Phillies in the playoffs.
2011.
Yeah, I think he did. His name, and I only know how to pronounce it because the announcers are given like a phoneticized version of it, right?
And I try to do that in my rundown where I'll spell stuff out.
Yeah, and that's
still no
literally like sports announcers have phonetical pronunciations in front of them.
And again, I just read the stuff too. I don't even
Right.
listen to anything.
But there is a pitcher, and if I showed you to the name, there is a 0% chance you would get it right because I didn't get even close to get it right. It
Reveal
was
the name.
Mark Zipchensky.
Oh, God.
But if you look, the name starts with an R.
Zip
Yeah.
with an R.
Mark Zipchensky.
The R's obviously silent.
There's like 4 silent letters to start the name.
Yeah.
And that's just what drives me crazy. It's like, well, if they can learn these Polish name or whatever, Swedish, they can learn. No, we never learned those names.
Half the people I know can't say charcuterie. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And the only reason we get the only foreign names we ever get right are the easy ones, like Garcia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lopez.
Although if we can get the Chinese names down, it would be beneficial because there's not many of them because they repeat a lot.
They do, yeah.
Either way, today we're talking about Chinese warlord Zhang Zongchang, a.k.a. 72 Cannon Chang, a.k.a.
That's a hard-ass nickname.
Yeah.
That's Ghost of Kiev type nickname.
72 Cannon Chang?
a.k.a. the Dogmeat General, a.k.a. the OG shit poster.
Let's fucking go. I feel like the last one was your name.
Yeah, that's his name.
It is.
But is Dogmeat General?
Well, no, actually, people on the internet refer to him as a shit poster.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, nice.
Time Magazine even referred to him at one point. I had this later in my notes, but I can just kind of get to it. But the Basest Warlord.
Oh, we're getting the bassist. He's based.
What?
Based.
Like he's based or he's a bassist?
He's the most based.
He's the most based.
Okay. Time
the
Magazine
warlords.
recently referred to him as this?
No, in 1927.
Did based mean what it meant now?
It means no moral
Okay.
integrity, I guess.
Oh.
I think it means something different, but I did find it funny, though, they referred to him as
As based.
This guy Chang's based.
Maybe based just come back around. Maybe it always meant that. I don't know.
Who knows?
I barely know what based means now, to be honest.
He was born in 1881 in Shandong with a drunk barber for a father and an exorcist and practicing witch for a mother.
This sounds like a great story.
Oh,
Kid
it's-
had no choice but to do what he ends up doing.
Like I said, I'm very excited about this. This is going to be in my book of weirdos,
Dance Book of Freaks.
our coffee book of freaks.
Yeah.
Love it already.
So,
And by the way, if someone's considered a drunkard in the 1880s,
also a drunk barber.
That's not. You don't want that coming before the word barber. drunk.
Do I want a guy cutting my hair who's just inebriated?
It's just under
Well, I
blind.
think weren't barbershops used to be a place where people got fucked up a lot?
They still do it now.
Well, like
That's something that you can't sell me on. It's like, oh, come get a haircut here. You can have a glass of whiskey.
Or like a beer. Yeah, I hate how then they call you, you have half a beer, and it's like, I'm going to get hair in it if I try to drink it while I'm sitting here.
It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't want to drink.
It's like, I'm going back to work.
That's where you and me differ. Like, well, you don't have to tell me twice.
They pour you like some fine scotch.
Yeah.
Do I have to include that in the tip? Like,
I've never
there's
had
a whole nother
I've never had
dynamic.
scotch in a hair.
I've had wine and I've had beer.
I've only ever had beer at it.
There was I used to go to my wife's like hairdresser. It's like
Nice.
this awesome dude, but like it's like all gay dudes that work there, and like there's no way they have beer. He's like, you want wine? And I was like,
Is it Mickey?
What?
Was it Mickey?
No.
Okay.
His name's
never
Michael.
mind.
Well, I go to Sports Clip and they just toss me a Gatorade.
Yeah. Get those electrolytes back, brother. Come on.
Little
Sports Clip
G2.
knows how to treat men.
Here's a towel on your face.
I mean, I do get pissed. The one thing I will say about Sports Clips is that at least they do give you a shampoo and towel.
A lot of
Because
places don't anymore.
it pisses me off.
Yeah.
I want to get shampoo. Because I want to get all the fucking hair out of my hair.
If
You know what
I
I mean?
ever make a significant amount of money and I can hire somebody to shampoo my hair every day,
It is
Oh,
a lovely
yeah.
feeling. The Finley's up in Westlake, they used to do like the lavender towel on your face or the mint eucalyptus one. And it's, oh, man, after towel, like a hot towel, man. You know what? I like pampering. I like getting pampered.
Yeah, I like being pampered.
Sorry.
I exfoliate my penis.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get a pumice stone on that thing?
Yep.
So-
Rub it down. Have Courtney rub it down with a pumice stone.
strangely, this marriage of a drunk barber and a witch for a mother did not last.
No way.
His parents would eventually separate during his teenage years, and he went to live with his sorceress mother and her new lover in Manchuria,
And where? Oh, Manchuria.
where Zhang started to act up.
See, we can pronounce Manchuria.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's very easy.
It's phonetically, it makes sense to me.
Right.
Yes.
It's not a matter of origin.
It's like when the
At
letters
all.
don't work with our alphabet the same way.
Right.
That's when it becomes a problem, guys.
That has nothing to do with national origin.
He would act up, get kind of involved in some low-level crime, making his bones pickpocketed.
Yeah, it's fun. You got to start somewhere, right? This just sounds like Goodfellas, but he's Chinese and
My whole life,
all I ever
wanted to be was a warlord.
yeah.
He would pickpocket to earn a little extra cash while he was on the clock as a bouncer.
Oh, sick. He's a
Okay.
bouncer.
Do we know what kind of witchcraft his mother practiced? We get into that at all?
They don't really go into that.
They don't.
no.
This witch is such a bizarre definition because remember we talked about on
She was Christian.
what?
She was just Christian.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But we talked about like fucking. We've had witches. Obviously, there's the classic witches that we've done several episodes on, the quote unquote witches, and then there's like we on the slut shaming episode. She was accused of witchcraft or something, right?
She was probably just
But-
like a Chinese.
But like
medicine
Roman, what was witchcraft to a Roman?
Yeah.
Their whole fucking thing is witchcraft, as far as I'm concerned. Like, so what was witchcraft to a pagan?
woman. I imagine it's probably just Eastern medicine
Is it? Because that's just Eastern medicine.
because it's 19. This is the 1800s, like
but
1880s.
but like Eastern medicine would look like witchcraft to us,
Yeah,
but not
China.
Easterners.
Also, never really. I mean, there's large Christian populations in China, but like, it was never really fully, even close to fully converted.
Once that was no longer exciting, he wanted to find more purpose in his life, and he did that by taking a brief trip to Siberia,
Nice.
where he learned Russian and upgraded from petty theft to outright bandit.
Love that.
Bandit graduation.
By the way, you know what Asians you find in Siberia a lot now?
What?
North Koreans that North Korea's loaned out to be slaves in Siberia.
Jesus, that's a harsh thing to even think about.
Yeah.
Oh, we're finally leaving.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, they send laborers up to Siberia all the time.
What are they building out there?
Great question.
Yeah, like what's going on in Siberia that you need labor for?
I don't know.
It's just constant road.
I mean, there's lots of
construction.
forests.
Mhm.
Probably a
just-
good logging industry.
Probably just road construction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's some really unnavigable roads out there that they still try to use for logging routes.
During his time in Siberia, he gets roped into the Russo-Japanese War
Mm-hmm.
as a mercenary. But it was
But
solely so
for
he
the
could
Russians?
Yeah, for the Russians. It was solely so he could have free reign to develop an outlaw gang in the Russian countryside, robbing everyone he came across.
So not a lot of war stuff going on. That's like essentially while the Civil War was going on, Kansas and Missouri were fighting each other, and it's like each side acts like they were actually like doing something for the war, but it was really just like competing gangs of bandits fucking
He did
stealing shit.
the bare minimum for like the war stuff, and then made his nut doing the other stuff.
Yeah.
Doing illegal shit.
It's like, I'll kill one Japanese guy, and then we'll go rob 8 Russian towns.
He would eventually dip out altogether of any honorable duty on behalf of the Russians and took his gang to do some hood rat shit back in China.
Never been a great army. You know what I mean? Kind of slapped together most of the time.
Yes.
1911, the Xinhai Revolution. Definitely didn't say that right.
Whatever.
Zhang led a group of guns for hire in Jiangsu, where he joined up with an army regiment led by Lang Yuqin, who was so impressed by Zhang's leadership abilities that he appointed him his successor if he were to fall in battle.
That's a fast move.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
This, of course, happened. During the Second Revolution, though, in 1913.
Okay.
When Lang,
so the guy didn't kill him?
No.
Okay.
When Lang actually joined up with the revolters this time, and Zhang became the division's leader. After the war, Zhang was seen as a mercenary and not someone to be trusted by the winning side. General Feng Guzhang disbanded his entire unit and told him to fuck off.
How does he disband somebody else's unit? Sure, it's just like, well, whatever.
Losing side, they're just like, you go away.
Right. I mean, that again, like after the U.S. Civil War, the James Gang, they were all fucking Confederate guerrillas.
Mm-hmm.
Confederate. I mean, they were just...
They're gorillas.
Right.
Yeah, they were assholes.
Yeah. And then, the war was over, and they're like, well, we can just keep robbing stuff.
Let's just rob.
Yeah, let's just keep pillaging.
Ever the opportunist, though, Zhang wanted to win over Feng. He went to Shanghai in 1916 and murdered revolutionary Chen Qimi to prove loyalty to Feng, who was transitioning into a role as vice president of the Republic of China.
Okay. Ooh. So he wanted to go legit a little bit?
You need that friend in a high place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Feng, in response, named Zhang commander of his personal guard, where he served until returning back to Manchuria in 1922, where he went back to his old mercenary ways, joining the Fengtian Clique led by Zhang Zulin.
What purpose in life is he finding? He's just robbing people.
His purpose is
he's stopping a bouncer to go find purpose in life, and then he started robbing people, and he was like, this is
climbing a
fine.
ladder of bones, Rob.
Yeah, all right.
his purpose is your bike.
Today, you got to win this. If you win enough small battles, you win the war.
No, this is where he really starts to pop off. He made an impression on the warlord at his birthday party.
He break the pinata fast?
No,
Yeah,
everyone
Pin the tail on the
showered
donkey. Yeah.
Zulin with expensive gifts and praise. But our guy, he didn't even show up.
Oh, he nagged him.
Always works.
Instead, he sent 2 empty wicker baskets on a stick. Zulin was initially pissed off
Of course.
and confronted Zhang.
Bro, what the fuck is they're baskets? Baskets in a stick?
So it's like the 2 baskets that you carry in like rural China.
You know
on
I don't
your
carry
back.
baskets, bro?
Peasant shit.
Some peasant shit.
He sent him peasant shit.
But Zongchang explained the meaning behind the present. It implied he was a man willing to shoulder whatever heavy responsibilities the warlord entrusted with him.
Sounds like a bad fortune cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
It just sounds like a gift that'll get you murdered on accident. So when I forget which Spanish conquistador / explorer it was, but they were encountering Native Americans, and they sent them what was traditionally in Europe to be a sign of a peace offering. And I don't know why it was this. I think it was like maybe like a we lay down our arms type of gesture. So they sent him a crossbow. That was like a peace offering in Europe.
to them it was like, oh, you sent us a weapon, you want to hurt us.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's like leaving a bullet.
It started a war.
Yeah.
Like literally, yeah.
Yeah.
So they sent him that and be like, oh, this will work. And then the Native Americans freaked the fuck out. And
They're showing us what they're going to try and kill us with. Yeah.
Zulin calmed down after he got kind of the response from Zhang.
After you get the explanation.
Yep. And he was rewarded with a command position in his army.
Probably
Though
stole the baskets.
only after proving himself did Zolin visit that motherfucker Zongchang. So, like, he was a part of his army, but he was just like, you have to prove yourself in battle before I'll actually even see you again.
Okay.
And he did. Zhang Zongchang proved to be one of the more capable warlord generals.
Real quick, when you're saying Zhang, that's also Chang, right? Chang and Zhang.
Zhang Zongchang is our guy.
Okay, Zhang. Okay.
But also the warlord that he works for is also named Zhang. So
A lot of Mikes.
Yeah, a lot of mics in this
A
one.
lot of Mikes and Steves.
Yeah.
it is a little confusing.
Well, the names also rhyme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't help.
Yeah.
What is being a warlord general entail? What battles are they fighting? Is this like
a lot of different wars? A lot of
dude,
different battles.
we've talked about this off air before about I want to do an episode where it's just like all the Chinese wars where like 20 million people died and you never heard of it. Because
This is it, yeah.
What
like
is a warlord exactly even? Like, is that just a general anyway, or like?
Yeah.
So China in this era, they are just ending the dynasties and they're starting to transition more to just like
a modern government.
generals taking over and doing whatever they fucking want.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they're just kind of like de facto.
This is like
rulers.
what year is it?
This is 1920s.
So the 1920s, they are literally less than 10 years away from being invaded by Japan.
Gotcha.
And I know at this point in the 20s, I think, certainly in the late 20s, by the time Japan invades, there's constant fighting over, I mean, there's like a Chinese civil war basically between the communists and the,
Familial dynasties. Or
no,
whatever.
between the communists and the people who want to make a democracy. You know,
Yeah, because
oh,
right
right.
now this is a republic.
yeah. So between the republic and the communists. So like the leader by the time Japan invaded of the republic or whatever, whatever you wanna call
Taiwan.
it.
Republic of China's Taiwan.
Yes.
People's Republic of China's
Right,
Taiwan.
right. They retreated Taiwan, but it was Chiang Kai-shek and I think Mao were the two people fighting each other even before World War II. So yeah, this is Japan is getting ready to invade at this point.
Great time too.
And Japan's going to come into this story, but not in that way. However, our boy Zhang Zongchang was very effective with the use of armored trains. Knowing the language from his time in Siberia, he recruited 5,000 white Russian refugees from the Russian Civil War and organized the men into specialized units, including a unit of cavalry and a crew for his armored train. He even outfitted them in fake Tsarist uniforms to make them stand out and remind them of the good old days before communism.
All right, so they wanted to feel like hype.
yeah.
You know, like they wanted. It was like they're putting on the old uniform. Also, armored train. That's interesting because, like, A, that's probably pretty dope, but also B, seems easy to disable.
Just fuck with the
They
track.
Yeah.
clearly couldn't figure it out with him.
I guess, man. I mean, once the armored train rolls up, you're fucked.
Yeah, you got to break the track before the train.
Yeah,
gets
because once the tank train gets there,
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
He was also one of the first Chinese generals to incorporate women into the military on a large scale,
Nice.
Okay.
using a regiment of nurses consisting entirely of white Russian women.
He's like white women.
Hello, nurse.
All right, we're going to get to this. They trained their Chinese counterparts, resulting in greater efficiency in taking care of Zhang's wounded troops and significantly boosted for morale and combat capability.
Oh, so it's like, yeah, I got shot, but I'm not going to die
But this
necessarily.
white woman's taking care of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like, before they're like, oh, I got shot in the leg, probably going to die.
Zhang himself was also seeking special medical treatment from a different Russian nurse or two every night.
Whoa. What's wrong with him?
He was a bit of a poon hound.
Oh, he had a priapism problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, he had over 50 mistresses and couldn't be bothered to remember all their names.
What?
So he just numbered them all and referred to them as if he was ordering at the deli.
What number 2?
Number 25. Man, that's a life right there.
Is it?
You're just like, who do I want to fuck tonight? I'm feeling 12.
Oh, that sounds bad, Rob.
You just call it in.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying a 12-year-old.
I
It's
know.
Like, no, I'm
I
feeling.
want 25.
I'm feeling the number 12 tonight.
Bring 25.
Yeah. Actually, 12 and 25. Bring them
But
both.
That's Vegas. Talking about a whorehouse.
Yeah.
That is a very...
But your own personal whorehouse that you don't pay for.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of do.
In what way?
Your work is paying for it.
That he's just a man of high society.
But he had to work to it. I mean, not not in the ethical sense of work, but yeah, he had to do something to get there.
You're
always
just
paying.
the fruits of his rewards.
Yeah, he's just a man of worth.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not... Whatever. Who cares?
You're just
A
jealous,
man of
bro.
status.
Yes, I'm very
You're
jealous.
just jealous.
You can do it now. Well, you can't now.
It's too late. You got to do it when you're young.
Although, yeah, I mean, mistresses, so 50 or so.
Oh, no thanks.
Can your wife even be mad if you have that many mistresses?
Too many to count or remember?
Because
Babe, I don't even know her name. It's 25.
yeah.
Like,
What's that old saying?
she just gets impressed at some point.
it's like, wait, what?
If you owe the bank $10, that's your problem. But if you owe the bank like $10 billion, it's the bank's
Yeah,
problem.
like Courtney finds out Rob has 1,000 mistresses. It's
Right.
Like, I can't. What?
Yeah.
How? That's just in. I think
I'm
she'd
not
be
even upset.
I think she would be more mad at me for like the effort that could have
took.
created. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that at the end of the day, because that would be insane. Like, it's like, how do you have the time?
You know what's funny is, man, I was reading this thing a while ago, probably in Vice. Like, this was a long time ago. And it was about this guy who was a sex addict. And he was like, it's horrible. Like, I know it sounds, I think it was maybe when the Tiger Woods thing happened. And he was like, I'm a sex addict. And so some guy like wrote about what being an actual sex addict was like. And he was like, it's not, like, it's horrific. He
It's
was
not
like,
hot.
yeah, he's like, my dick is just like disfigured from jacking off so much. I'll jack off to porn for hours and hours and hours. And he's like, I will just like fuck.
It's so raw.
He's like, I like fuck all the time. And I was like, well, that part sounds okay. But then I remember, like, I think, like, and we probably all do this, like, in lieu of a description, if there's a vacuum of a description of the woman, you would just picture an attractive woman.
You don't, though. Yeah, we've talked about this.
We have.
However, that doesn't sound that bad. Fuck that guy. It's the people that have the uncontrollable orgasms, which sound terrible.
Yeah, the guy that's like, I had to go to my son's birthday and came the whole time. Like,
It's like they come every 13 minutes,
Yeah.
and you're just like, ah.
like, no, it's like incredible. It's painful for them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's not fun anymore.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sex addict, whatever.
Right.
Bro, get it
I'm
under
just saying.
control. Have some.
He was
fucking-
probably banging like foul, like 52-year-old women.
I imagine it'd be like being addicted to hamburgers, and you're thinking, oh, like Hop Dotty. It's like, no, like I saw one in the trash. I
Tiger
ate it.
Woods
Yeah.
was
Like,
banging Perkins waitresses.
Right.
Like, it's Tiger fucking
fucking
Woods.
Perkins, dude. I haven't thought about a Perkins in a minute.
Yeah. For a reason.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Zhang didn't like his ladies having their own side pieces, but there
Well,
was one instance where one of his officers under him was caught with one of his girls. They claimed to be in love, and this was a rare instance where Zhang let it slide on the condition that the two would marry.
Aw.
So he has a heart of...
He was a heart.
He has it exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a total monster. Although, what's he done that's really monstrous so far? Like, he's a warlord. I'm sure he's killed innocent
We're gonna
people
get
and
to it.
stuff. But, like, it's not like he's done anything
I
like...
can't imagine he's doing anything good with an armored train. Full
I
of,
get
like,
yeah, I get all that. But
Tsar dressed
it doesn't seem like he's...
White Death.
I haven't heard anything exceptionally awful yet.
It's standard war shit.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
We're going to get into some good stuff right
Okay.
now. All right. So he defeated the army of General Wu Pifu when the majority of his men defected over to Zhang once he promised they could keep their ranks and not have to die.
So, he just got the other team. He just bought
told
the
the
other
enemy,
team. Yeah.
join my side, you're Gucci, you won't die.
And then he killed him.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So why?
So he
Why does
saved
every
lives?
war end that way?
He saved lives?
Kind of. And he didn't have enough gold and silver stars to put on his new men to represent their ranks. So he ordered the silver and gold foil lining inside a cigarette packaging to be made into the proper shapes. The men were awarded their accolades to the uniforms, were caught off guard during their ceremony when their medals were already falling apart. So it was the inside of the cigarette packaging was
Right.
made into their medals.
That's kinda
So
sick.
not really actually gold and silver.
Just
They're just
tin
shiny.
foil.
Right.
Shiny.
It's like a star your child makes for you in
Yeah.
kindergarten.
Be hanging on the fridge.
Yeah.
You're not overly impressed.
It sounds like a 16-year-old gang. It's like, I'm giving you a medal made out of cigarette paper. Like, here you go.
Here you go.
Have a cigarette.
It's almost like a greaser.
Yeah, it's very greasy.
It's
That's,
very, yeah.
very on point.
In 1924, he took part of the Second Zili Fengtian War, capturing Shanghai
It's just war after war.
and Nanjing. As his award, he was named military governor and warlord of his hometown, Shandong.
Okay. Fun.
Little return home.
Yeah.
Makes good, returns home.
It's like the coach of your alma mater now. You know, yeah. I'm the warlord of my city.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Taking my talents home.
He got the nickname Dogmeat General, not because of the reason you think. He was not eating dogs.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be where my racist brain would jump. Be like, wow, I guess he was really into eating dog.
No, he was.
No, everyone would be Dogmeat General than Rob.
Yeah, well, kind of.
He had a gambling addiction.
Oh,
Oh.
And the card game Pi Go. Familiar with this?
no.
I've played this game at a casino with Jared.
Okay.
It's actually kind of fun.
Did Jared know everything about it?
He did. And
Yeah, of course he did.
you like break even every hand. You don't really win or lose money. You just kind of
It's a game invented for free drinks.
yes.
Yeah, that's what
Kinda
Jared
do.
does it. Yeah, it's not a bad game then in a casino.
But the game translates to eating dog meat. So that's kind of where you got the
Okay.
because he was just, big gambling addict.
He's an addict of everything.
Yeah.
Clearly.
War, sex,
Yeah.
gambling.
I'm
he was
sure
also not much of an accountant. Another nickname he had was Three Don't Knows, which referred to him having no idea how many soldiers he had at any given time, how flush he was with cash, or how many women he was involved with.
See, but that keeps everyone else guessing too. If
Right.
he doesn't even know, then how do you game plan for him?
you got to keep on your toes.
Yeah.
To help with this disorganization, he lugged around his elderly mother everywhere he went to keep track and provide counsel.
Mom!
Of all the people. I mean,
Mom!
she's a witch, I guess.
Mom, go get 7. Go get number 7.
What's that?
I want 7. Bring the Pi Go dealer. Mom! This guy's just fucking stepbrothers.
Yep.
Like,
During one campaign, Zhang promised the people he would win the battle or come home in a box.
Okay, so the old Spartan thing.
yeah.
He lost the battle, but lived. But as a man of his word, he had his soldiers parade him around the streets in a coffin when they returned while he smoked a large cigar.
So he's kind of a man of his word.
I
He's just
guess.
a technicality guy,
It's
though.
a weird victory cigar, considering there was no victory. But he was just like,
Parade him around in a
ha, I got it. Yeah.
He essentially had like a fake funeral.
Yeah. I mean, he owned it, I guess, Owned
that-
the L.
Is that like a prerequisite for your freaks? They have to have at least at one point been in a coffin, like while they're alive.
That's true. Timothy Dexter did that.
Yeah.
And his wife just wasn't crying enough.
So he beat her. He jumped out of the casket to hit her, ruining the facade.
During one of the years where he was military governor, there was a drought in Shandong, and it was wreaking havoc on the citizens. So Zhang did what any sane leader would and marched to the temple of the storm god,
Okay.
who was also weirdly named Zhang.
Well, a lot of Steves.
You're Zhang, I'm Zhang. Let's make a deal here.
Now, most people who visited the temple would pray or beg for the storm god to end their suffering. Instead, our boy walked up and slapped the statue in the face
Let's fucking go.
while screaming, "Fuck your sister, how dare you make my people suffer."
Love that.
Did it listen?
Well, the next day, Zhang then ordered his entire artillery regiment to fire into the sky until it rained.
So bullets or water? It's gonna be raining, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It rained the next day. It worked.
It worked. The gods probably respected it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
They're like, oh man,
They're like,
he's really
yeah,
popping off.
God fucking played you.
It's like the classic meme where it's too hot outside and you're holding the Glock up to the sun. Like, come on, come on, fucking cut it out.
Also, while warlord of Shandong, he watched the game of basketball for the very first time
Okay.
and was incredibly confused as to why everyone was fighting over the same ball.
Like, everyone get a ball.
Yeah.
He shouted mid-game, "Are we seriously this poor?"
He just doesn't understand the purpose whatsoever of sport.
and ordered that each player be given their own ball.
So you need like each player to have their. I'm just thinking of the logistics of if every player on a basketball court had a ball. It would just be like 5 people on either side of the court just going.
Is this a race?
Yeah, like it's timed. How many baskets can you get?
The players, surprised by the gesture, but also terrified to clarify his misunderstanding, played the remainder of the game with shooting and dribbling their own ball.
I don't hate that. Remember we fixed baseball like a week ago.
What do we do with baseball?
The sacrifice attack.
Oh, yes. You get one guy out there.
Yeah, but he has to earn his way on base, and then
He can just dip.
he can go out and attack a fielder to stop them from catching a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got runners on first and third, and there's 2 out or 1 out, and you need a sac fly to win the game or whatever, or a hit to win the game, whatever. You can go fuck with them.
First base going to
So basketball though, everyone has a ball, but then you have to decide. You're just gonna put all 5 of your guys at their basket and try to make as many.
You're shooting threes,
play a little
shooting
defense. They're throwing their ball up to defend.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Oh, yeah, you can knock balls out with other balls.
Yeah, isn't it knockout? Isn't that
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I remember every basketball camp I went to, I would always win what they would call the Pepsi Challenge, where it's like a layup's 1 point, a free throw's 2 points, a three-pointer's 3 points. And everyone would always go for the 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just go under the basket, and I would just go layup, 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 layup. I wouldn't miss.
right?
Yeah.
And I just win every Pepsi Challenge.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
I mean, take the easy points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just win by paper cut.
And also though, like beyond the fact that your like shooting percentage on threes is going to be shitty, the time it takes to recover that ball and shoot again,
But I'm just racking up ones.
literally,
And it takes no time at all.
that's the only place you should be.
I was the smart.
Maybe
Smart
you go 2 feet away from the basket and shoot the twos. That'd be the only thing I would do. Whatever the minimum distance for twos was, do that.
Yeah.
To relieve the stress of his position of power, he would often take mental health trips to Shanghai
Oh, mental health breaks.
with his boss's son.
I'm getting worried about
Why?
what's happening here.
By mental health trips, I mean they would just get fucked up on opium and bang every hooker in sight.
Okay, cool. That's
Not in that particular order.
So do the hookers
They
thing.
would probably do the hookers first, then the opium.
fine. Opium doesn't seem easy to fuck on.
If you have a tolerance to
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they bang and then
Yeah.
opium to just kind of probably chill after.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of like.
I
So
don't
the
know.
whole thing is you're sleepy.
I was reading that biography, the autobiography of Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot
Yeah.
Chili Peppers. He said like he would just do heroin and fuck for hours.
I guess if you have a decent tolerance, it just numbs you,
Yeah.
so you can still get hard. But yeah,
Yeah.
Now, prostitutes in Shanghai referred to him as the general with 3 long legs.
Oh,
As
yeah,
he-
he's packing.
He was
Hello.
packing a hog.
what a guy! Man, this guy's got it all.
Not only was he packing a hog, but he proclaimed to the world he had it.
Yeah. And well, he was unpacking the hog.
Look
quite
at my
frequently.
wiener. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like what? I wouldn't even be impressed. I would be like that he fucked all the time or whatever. Or I would just be like, yeah, you're a war. Oh no, he was bragging about his dick size. Yeah, that I would be like, some guys have it all,
Have it all. He was
Right.
also a poet.
Oh man.
aren't they all? Aren't all warriors kind of acting like they're poets at some point? You get big enough to be a big enough like warrior, and you just start like Patton wrote poetry.
I have some of his work if you'd like to hear.
I would love
Let's
to
do it.
hear it.
This one is called Panghai Pavilion. What a pavilion. Place is fucking nice. If the gods can get here, I'll take a seat too. Have a drink by the window, sing some songs to the ocean, play some cards. I think I'll get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's like very like, stream of conscious.
This is an untitled poem.
Nice.
Didn't have
Someone
time.
asked me how many women I have. I really don't know either. Yesterday, a boy called me dad. I don't know who his mother is.
Sounds like I assume it's more.
That's actually a Nick Cannon poem
Yeah.
too.
I assume it's more like flowery and Chinese or Mandarin or whatever he's speaking, but
No.
Might not be.
Yeah.
if you think about it.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
okay.
Because this one is called Poem About Bastards.
Love that.
You tell me to do this. He tells me to do that. You're all bastards. Go fuck your mother.
These are like Chinese proverbs that never caught on. These are also bad fortune cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one he wrote right before he visited the Storm God Temple.
To slap him?
Just slap him and shoot into the sky.
Okay.
The sky god is also named Zhang. Why does he make life hard for me? If it doesn't rain in 3 days, I'll destroy your temple and have the cannons bombard your mom.
Kill your mom?
I like how he's just like, come on, man. You're Steve. I'm Steve. Help me out here.
Or I'm going to shoot your mom.
Yeah, come on.
This guy's very like, he just knows what he wants.
He's a literary genius.
Yeah, well, I've enjoyed his work.
He's a people's poet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's like blogging, right? It's like you write it like you talk. It's not some prose. Like you just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Since the epicenter of the opium trade was in Shanghai, Zhang took his fair share of backhanded deals profiting off the drug trade. In 1925, a group of Zhang's officers started arguing over the distribution of funds from an opium deal they closed, and it resulted in a gunfight that left 3 of his guys dead.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Trouble in paradise. And it does sound like paradise. I just want to be totally clear here. This guy's life rules.
That is until 1928.
Okay.
During the Northern Exhibition conflict, Zhang was defeated and 20,000 of his soldiers were captured.
Damn, that's a lot. You probably didn't know he had that many to capture.
Yeah.
Well, he has no idea how many soldiers he has. He fled beyond the Great Wall back to Manchuria. Shandong was left to chaos while he was gone. His mentor and boss, Zhang Zolin, was murdered, and our boy Zhang would seek refuge in Dalian under Japanese protection.
Under what? Japanese-controlled mainland Asia?
Wherever Dalian is.
Well, it sounds Chinese. It doesn't sound Japanese. So.
Yeah, but Japanese had it. It was under Japanese protection. So,
Okay.
Yeah. He would regroup, get some of his old officers back, along with some Japanese backing, and led a rebellion against Liu Zanin, who took power of Shandong during his absence.
Well, somebody's got to fill that vacuum. What's he even pissed off about? He didn't go back.
It's true.
Like, what?
But
He didn't steal it from you.
Yeah.
He took power, but he wants his power back.
It's like being mad at a squatter.
Which
you
I am.
say that like most
All the
people
time.
aren't.
I
People hate
guess.
squatters.
Yeah, but it's like you left it vacant for say you just leave something vacant for a while. Not like you're going to even sell it. You know what I mean? You just left it vacant.
I mean, yeah, you can be mad at the situation, but like, you say that like people don't get mad. It's gonna happen. He's gonna be pissed about it. Like, people get pissed about that all the time.
Yeah.
This was a brutal couple months that included countless civilian casualties, along with the army of Zhang, who eventually was defeated and fled back.
I assume there were civilian casualties constantly.
Yeah.
Again, this is why that's the main reason these fucking Chinese wars all rack up kill counts like fucking insane numbers. Because civilian death is through the fucker. It's
They're
the same.
just playing Grand Theft Auto, and they have 6 stars.
Fucking kinda, yeah. I mean, even the Soviets lost the most people in World War II, but that includes civilians.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the civilian count is what adds to a lot of it. And speaking of the era, the Chinese lost the second most people in World War II, and that is like all civilians. I mean, a lot of soldiers died, but it is really inflated by civilian
Is
death.
that because of Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, what they were up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he lost, but he was able to recoup some of his wealth and his mistresses, and he took them back to Japan.
Phew. Oh, he went to Japan.
Fled
now.
to Japan.
Went to fascist, terrifying Japan.
He lived in exile in Bupu, Japan,
Okay.
and was, for the most part, flying under the radar, adapting to their high society and peace and quiet. He was still a man of, like, high regard because they knew who he was. And
Right.
yeah, he still kind of had it. Like, he still had a little bit of,
Even though he's kind of a roughneck, he was.
even though he's in exile and he's Chinese,
Yeah.
they still respected what he was able to do.
Okay.
Okay. Does he get involved with the Yakuza?
No, because he's trying to kind of chill and not.
He's trying to be
Not
low
make
profile,
waves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not trying to ruffle any feathers until that is one of his ladies was getting some side dick from a Japanese prince.
Oh, he hates
Oopsie.
that. He hates that.
Mm-hmm. Now, this Japanese prince must not have been one of the favorite cousins of the emperor because Zhang sets up in a hotel window, takes a shot, and kills the prince.
Just sets up a rifle in a hotel window.
He just snipes him.
Snipes him out of a hotel window in cold blood in the middle of the street in front of hundreds of witnesses during the day.
He did it in the daytime.
Yeah.
I just see
Love
him
that
leaning
for him.
out the window like, hey.
Yeah, he's like, what's his name? But he doesn't run. Lee Harvey
Harvey
Oswald.
Oswald.
Yeah. He doesn't go to the movies.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah,
Headshot.
my bitch.
Zhang was arrested, and during his trial, his defense was that he was cleaning his rifle out of the hotel window.
Don't you always do that? Don't you always aim out the window?
It's good for the rifle to get fresh air. You want to be in a high window because the air really gusts in.
I was cleaning it and it went off. It's
And
great.
it accidentally discharged as the prince was walking by.
Classic.
Obviously, they didn't buy this story.
Oh, I was really hoping they did.
Oh, that sounds legit. Yeah.
Well, he was found guilty. Guess what his sentence was?
Time served.
Death?
No,
No.
he had an option.
Okay.
They gave him an option. You can either spend 15 whole days in jail
Oh, no.
or pay $150 in fines.
Do you take the 15 days?
No, he paid the $150.
Yeah, he took
Oh,
the
yeah.
fine.
Oh, yeah. This is okay. This isn't that.
Yeah, he paid.
Longer,
He just paid $150.
Yeah, this is a distant cousin.
Yeah. They're like, what?
Like, that guy sucked. It's fine.
How much do we need for the opium shipment? $150 would be great if you could give us that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he kind of just chilled there for a bit until 1932. He's like, it's been like 3 years. I think enough. The smoke's cleared, right?
Yeah.
I can go back home.
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of just, maybe they'll welcome me with open arms.
We'll have a parade.
Now, the Japanese are literally invading Manchuria at this point, I would imagine. Because it started in 1932. I don't remember what month, but...
Mm-hmm. So he takes a train back to Shandong, and as soon as he steps off into his old stomping grounds, he's shot dead by an
What?
assassin.
Did they know he was coming?
They just had one guy at the train station.
All times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
just in case.
the leadership of Shandong knew he was coming, got word, and the assassin was happy to play a part of Zhang's murder because, well, Zhang killed his uncle while he was in power.
Okay.
Oh.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it sounds like what layer cake. You know what I mean? He just gets shot on the steps.
Oh, yeah. God, what was Layer Cake? I haven't seen that. I have seen that.
It's with Daniel Craig. It was pre-Bond Craig.
Yeah, that's
That's
an
the
old
movie that
one.
got him Bond.
Yeah, that's been a minute since I've seen that. That's a weird one.
It's a dope movie.
It is good. It's been a long time. I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
So that is the ending of our boy Zhang Zongchang, aka 72 Cannon Chang, which is the nickname he got for obviously firing
At the sky.
countless rounds into the sky to make it rain.
That would have sucked for the village next door.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
There's
what?
some leveled fucking village
Yeah.
somewhere.
That's why the civ count gets so high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite element or aspect of our boy Zhang?
Definitely his poetry, and just his willingness
Set
to
away of words.
like, if a god could manifest in front of him, he would have the audacity to slap it.
Yeah.
He didn't like
I
God.
love slapping that fucking statue in the
Yeah.
face. That's rad.
Can you imagine like a guy at like your Catholic church growing up just walking up to Christ and smacking him?
That'd be fuck. Actually, it'd be more fucked up to slap Mary.
Oh yeah. Like, can you imagine just being like whore?
Yeah.
And, like slapping her?
Yeah.
Virgin my ass.
I asked you to protect my fucking family. Ah!
Yeah. And then like
You know how many Hail Marys I said? Ah! Ah!
I imagine
you
you'd
start to work St. Anthony because you couldn't find your phone.
Is that the one of Lost Things?
Mhm.
Yeah. Wait, what is St. Christopher, though? That travel?
Is that the one on everyone's dashboard?
Yeah, yeah. St. Christopher is
think-
safe
I
travel.
think he's the patron saint of the internet.
Probably that, too. You
Well,
travel.
You're surfing the web. Bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's not
Get me to
been.
Google safe.
He's been not. Yeah. He's not been very good at that.
Did you guys learn anything today?
Dude, China was chaos
Yeah.
between dynasty and communism.
It's
and
amazing
still
it's
is
this
too.
organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, really, China was the fucking Wild West for decades.
Yeah, I imagine it's got to be hard just being that like the the layout of China, right? Like you have so many different places around you too. Like you have Russia, India, Japan across the water pretty close. Like you're kind of I imagine China has a lot of the disposition they do because they feel surrounded at all times.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean they definitely don't like their neighbors.
Yeah,
at all. So that also doesn't help.
it's like the opposite of America. We're like surrounded by like we're just like safe.
Yeah,
Completely
it's
safe.
like, oh, Canada, those guys are great.
Cool.
Oh, Mexico, sure.
Yeah, like
No
there's
one's getting
no
us.
way to touch us, and China's just constantly like all the bad guys are right next door. Even the country that can't hurt us anymore, Mongolia, spent like 2 centuries ass fucking us.
Yeah, and do you think they hate the fact that they let Mongolia exist at some level?
Yeah, probably. They don't love it. Would be my guess.
Mongolia is such a weird one, man. Like I'm always like, why? They still have nomadicism. Like it's crazy. Cool though, but still wild to me.
It'd be a weird place to visit.
Yeah, now I want to.
It's kind of when you look back on some of the championships in like the 30s or 40s and you see a school pop up and you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
Minnesota?
yeah.
Like what?
Oregon won a basketball title, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
That's Mongolia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
That's 1,000%.
Who's today's Hitler?
That's a good question.
It's a tough one.
Japan.
Japan. All of it.
No, Japan didn't kill him.
I'm not saying because of him.
Right. They gave him refuge, actually.
Yeah.
They liked his jib. They're like, yeah,
You're great. I like you. There wasn't really a Hitler. There wasn't really a bad guy today. It was just a
I
story.
mean, he's probably a bad guy.
Yeah, he's probably terrible. He's probably a war criminal and
Like
all that
we definitely
stuff.
romanticized.
I would
him a bit.
assume raped a little bit. You know, all this stuff.
He was.
No, he had too many mistresses. They're
That's
fine.
true. He was getting it for free pretty easy.
And hookers and
Yeah.
So who is Hitler?
I guess the asshole who took over Shandong.
so this is my land.
Yeah.
I didn't sign off on this. Maybe his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad sucks.
The drunk barber.
Yeah. Although his mom seemed super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
She.
Helpful against her will in many ways.
Yeah. She's kind of her gopher. You know?
Mom, count these people.
Yeah. Count these. I'd never know. She loses count.
80,000 of them. Count. Please, no. Use your magic. You're a witch.
Come on, use
That was
magic.
a lie. That was all a lie.
Well, you're gonna count them.
Yeah, probably her like lover, maybe too. Maybe that's what kind of got the ball rolling.
You know what?
Oh,
Hitler's
the
Him
shitty
becoming a
stepdad.
Yeah, him becoming a warlord was because he had a bad stepdad.
Hitler is the sky god for being.
Yeah.
For
Right.
causing the drought,
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And all he had to do was like confront him, slap him in the face, shoot into the sky, and it rained.
Yeah.
And that's why real Hitler ran amok. No one ever went up to him and said, "Hey, buddy, what you're doing's not okay."
He surrounded himself.
You know
with
what?
yes men.
Hitler was
Yeah.
Time magazine for trying to drag this man through the mud in 1927.
Yeah.
You what?
Time magazine trying to like drag his name through
I
the
know
mud.
it's bullshit.
He was a great man.
I agree.
Maybe. I
I
don't
like.
know.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of terrible aspects about him
Yeah. You probably just got the fun
that
parts.
we just kind of glossed over.
Yeah. Whatever.
That's how we do
But
it.
that's history, baby. So that's the episode for the week. Make sure, again, to check out patreon.com/softcorehistory to find out why we don't eat hippos.
Mm-hmm.
Softcorehistory.com for merch. Leave a review, please and thank you. And, yeah, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in every week. Thank you if this is the first episode you've listened to as well. Hope you join us in many more. And for Rob Fox and Jay Goldman, I'm Dan Regester, and you just got soft served.